tomorrow at the McClellan Conference Center at 5 o'clock. This card features 5 current or former WFC champions, plus the amateur and professional flyweight belts up for grabs. These fighters are literally and mentally hungry, so without further ado, let's get to our first fight of the night. Our first bout is an amateur bantamweight bout. Let me introduce first, representing Havoc Squad, Sean Bam Bam Brendel. 145 pounds even. 145 pounds even. And let me introduce his opponent. Representing Nobody MMA, Roger Rare Breed Severson. 143.6 pounds. All right, folks, we're moving right along. Our next bout of the night will be an amateur lightweight bout. Let me introduce first, representing Cortez Martial Arts and Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Roosevelt, the Predator Roberts. $154.8 pounds. And let me introduce his opponent, representing MMA Gold Fight Team, Kevin Burridge. 155.2 pounds. All right. Our first title fight of the night will be for the inaugural amateur flyweight title. Let me introduce first, representing Pacific Green Sports, Brian the Dread Pirate Wilkinson. 124.2. And let me introduce his opponent, representing Team Alpha Male, Nico Lozada. I think we're just going to call this one the Battle of the Beards, folks. 125 pounds even. 125 pounds even. All right, we're moving on to the professional portion of the card. Our first bout will be a bantamweight bout. Let me introduce first, representing Cortez Martial Arts and Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, the Mudville Slugger, Rocky Abraham Reyes. 135.6. 135.6. And let me introduce his opponent, representing Team Alpha Male, Joseph Morales. $134.4 pounds.
Yeah!
I definitely don't want to see that. I don't know about you guys. Our next bout of the night will be a flyweight bout. Let me introduce first, representing Asylum Fight Team, Christian, the Silent Assassin, Espinosa. $125.4 pounds. And let me introduce his opponent, representing Team Alpha Male, Michael Baby Godzilla Nakagawa. $125.6 pounds. All right, our next bout will be a 152-pound catchweight bout. Let me introduce first, representing Team Do Something Fighting, Bo the Show Hamilton. $151.8 pounds. And let me introduce his opponent, representing Team Alpha Male, Derek Formoso. $150 pounds even. 150 pounds even. Our next bout will be a 130-pound catchweight bout. Let me introduce first, representing Last Stand Fight Team, Eloy the Gun Garza. $130.2 pounds. And let me introduce his opponent, representing MMA Gold Fight Team, Steven the Gremlin Gruber. $126.8 pounds. We are halfway through, folks. Moving on to our next bout, which will be a bantamweight bout. Let me introduce first, representing Knuckleheads MMA, Benji the Brawler Gomez. 135.4 pounds. And let me introduce his opponent, representing Crispin Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Joe 9 Lives Neal. 135.4 pounds. Oh, I'm definitely excited for this one. Our next bout will be a bantamweight bout. Let me introduce first, representing Team Alpha Male, Matt Wagey. 136.4. 136.4. And let me introduce his opponent, the former WFC Amateur Bantamweight Champion, representing MMA Gold Fight Team, Benito the Golden Boy Lopez. 135 pounds even. 135 pounds even. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Our next bout will be a featherweight bout. Let me introduce first, representing Clever MMA, Sergey Gulo Manassian. 150.2 pounds. And let me introduce his opponent, representing Team Alpha Male, Anthony the Snake Charmer Avila. 149.4 pounds. Outstanding. I do want to remind you fighters, if you've already weighed in, we do have Pedialyte and water over here if you need to grab some, after you've weighed in, of course. Our next bout is a welterweight bout. Let me introduce first, representing Last Stand Fight Team, Randall Buddy Wallace. 170.4 pounds. And let me introduce his opponent. He is the former former WFC welterweight champion, representing MMA Gold Fight Team, Justin the Raw Deal Baseman. 170 pounds even. 170 pounds even. All right, I like that. A little flare up here. All right. Our next bout will be our first heavyweight bout of the night. Let me introduce first JR, Mr. Incredible Lugo. $263 pounds even. 263 pounds even. And let me introduce his opponent. Representing MMA Gold Fight Team and Mike's Body Shop, Josh Juggernaut A. Pelt. $250.4. 250.4. We're definitely testing the strength of the stage right now, folks. Our next bout will be for the inaugural WFC Flyweight belt. Let me introduce first, representing the Reno Academy of Combat, Oscar the Terror Ramirez. $123.6. 123.6. And let me introduce his opponent, representing Team Alpha Male, Hector Kid Alexander. $124.6. 124.6. One of these guys will be a little bit heavier tomorrow, so they'll have some new merchandise around their waist. And now, folks, the moment we've all been waiting for. Tomorrow night's main event. The winner of this bout will not only be the WFC heavyweight champion, but will also earn the International Sport Combat Federation belt. Let me introduce first, representing Team Alpha Male, he is the current WFC middleweight champion, jumping up to the heavyweights. Make some noise for David Crazy Train Mitchell. $210.2 pounds. 210.2. And let me introduce his opponent. Representing Auburn Mixed Martial Arts, he is the reigning WFC heavyweight champion, Dave Batman Huckabee. 257.6 pounds. Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to this one, folks. Here we go. Make some noise for all of our fighters who weigh in tonight.